and welcome to Asian Media Network. I'm Mai Lei, your host for the ParenTea. The talk show talk about the relationship between parent and children. And this show is designed especially for Asian American parent or in a multicultural family where the misunderstanding or tension or the disconnect between parent and children, and we're here to guide you and to help nurture and build that relationship. We'd like to thank to our co-host, Dr. Khanh Tran, who specializes in family dynamic and child development. With Dr. Khanh Tran, many years of experience and with his practice in Wyoming, he have helped a lot of family, especially the parent and the children, build that relationship.
Well, thank you for inviting me back. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank Dr. Khanh Tran. How you been? And as usual, we share the tea. So, what are your tea today?
It's back to green tea.
Oh, I have green tea too. So, I love green tea, especially jasmine tea. It have the light fragrance, the perfume, the aroma of jasmine. It's just like very relaxing and feel very good. And I have to thank to my assistant me. She always make really good tea ready for the show. So let's dive into the topic today that will touch the heart of many families, which is how to tell a child have a life-threatening secret and how to make him or her open up to you. I think this is the topic that all the parents is very concerned, especially when it comes to life-threatening, and a lot of kids nowadays missing, and the parent don't even know what happened, and it's all to do with like social media and internet and all of this that get into the child, and the parent too busy not even know about, and when they find out that child is gone and it's too late. So Dr. Khanh Tran, have you have situation like that, and could you start some light on why children, even if the most open and loving kid in a family, they might feel don't want to share with their parent what the secret, what's going on with their life, and especially even though they know some of the secret could be harmful or life-threatening to them, but they don't open up to the parent.
Yes, it puts them in a vulnerable situation for various reasons. They may not be wanting to share, such as they're concerned about how we will react or respond. They may be concerned that we may not understand. So we can never know what these secrets are. But I think what is important, because we can't prevent it, we can certainly put ourselves in a situation where we have the opportunity to find those things out. Meaning, it's about trust. It's about the relationship. So we go back into building or creating a trusting relationship that will allow the child the opportunity to share with us. So although we may never know what the secret is, as I said, because of various reasons, people hold secrets. But what is important is that when we open up, that is when we create an opportunity for the child to share, we have to be honest, be open, and be ready for that opportunity to come.
Yes, and we know for some parents, they say that I just wish that I see some sign. I see some sign coming so I know what's going on in my child head. And not only that, don't feel like I'm being too nosy or, get into their space. So recognize the sign is crucial. What are some subtle indicators that parents should be aware of that might suggest the child is hiding something from them?
And once again, that's hard to indicate, or that will be hard to tell. So every child may be different. But perhaps if there is a break in routine, we could tell. For instance, if a child is accustomed to keeping contact with us, but then avoids contact with us. It's a challenge to be able to recognize because the child may not want us to know. I think what we can do and what is important is that to keeping communication by way of texting or by way of talking, but the form of communication has to be a particular way. It is too easy to push a child away, for instance, when we have a tendency to judge or we create pressure. So being open, as I said, being honest and being ready when the opportunity arises is our best option.
And Dr. Khanh Tran, you're right about communication. I think communication between parent and children is the key to help bonding and building that relationship, a healthy relationship. So how can parents cultivate an environment where their children feel safe enough that they can share anything to their parent, especially the moment or thing that bother them in terms of like embarrassing, life-threatening, or even overwhelming with stress? How the parent cultivate an environment like that?
Start with sympathetic or empathetic understanding. When you can always inquire and ask them questions. I do that with kids I see a lot, just to tap into. So I may not know as I'm sitting with my child or with a child I work with what they're going through. So I may be inclined to ask questions. For instance, tell me something this past week that has concerned you. Tell me an instance at school that caused you to be stressed. And then what's important is, after asking these questions, we have to show what I started off saying, sympathetic understanding. So again, to summarize, sympathetic or empathetic understanding. Ask questions to keep in touch for the week. It could be very simple. How was your day? Can you share with me an experience or a situation that made you happy? Could you share me a situation when you were with a peer that got you upset? Can you share with me a situation with your teacher that made you think? So these sort of questions can help.
Make it like a habit, right? Every day you pick up your kid from school, when you're in the car with your child, and start at, hey, how's your day go? What the low like, high like, what you have for lunch, what the fun thing. And asking the question, it would help create kind of like the bonding, but also the kid know that the parent cared about them. And they will open up. They will say, hey, Mom, today I have this fried chicken. And they say, oh, was that good? It's very yummy. And, just open up small talk, but the kid feel comfortable enough, will be bigger talk, right? Dr. Khanh Tran?
That is a great point. It could be seemingly insignificant or small, as you say, that could lead to more significant things. But those insignificant or seemingly insignificant or small things can set the foundation for bigger things to come. The key in what you said is really what you were implying, is to create an environment to help them, to help us better understand the child. So if you create an environment to help them, which is an environment is set by a foundation of sympathetic understanding, that helps you help them.
Yes. And, this requires time. Any relationship, it requires time, be patient, and it will show the result. But Dr. Tran, if the parent suspects that a child is keeping a life-threatening secret from them, what will be the immediate step that will you advise for the parent to take to address the situation without pushing their child further?
Go back to the inquiry or inquiring. ask them if there is anything that they feel currently that deeply concerns them that you can help with. And what you're doing is really just offering for them. And what it is offering yourself to be present or there for them in a time of need. Because you can't force them to share their secrets unless they need or want to, or that they trust you enough where they can allow you the opportunity to hear them out. So inquire, ask a lot of questions, even if you suspect, ask questions that can lead to them feeling comfortable enough when they will be able to share. But forcing them to share could actually shut them down even more. But it starts with what you just mentioned earlier on a couple of occasions, patience, to be patient. And that's what the child needs, especially in a time of need.
Yes, and you was mentioned that about right. I mean, children nowadays, especially the teenager age, they at the time in their life that they want to have privacy. You remember when you have a little child, they want to come to mom and dad, hugging, loving, and they like a lot. They want to spend a lot of time with the parent. There's the younger, like toddler or young children. But when they at the teenager age, they want to be alone. They want to be in their room, close the room, and even when we come, we have to knock the door just to say, hey, can mom or dad enter the room? So there is a how do you say, the delicate balance between giving the child the privacy that they need and ensuring their safety or be able to open up to us. How is the parent find that balance, and can you help with that?
We really have to be able to adapt to their situation. As they grow up, they become more complicated with complex thinkings and feelings, just like us. Do we share every thought or feeling or secret or idea or opinion with to other people? No, we have private thoughts as well.
Yeah.
And those private thoughts are precious, perhaps, or they're just simply private. Children or adolescents, as they grow into adolescence, they have the same experience. So it's okay that they don't share these things. There are occasions, depending on the relationship, if there's trust, if there's patience, and a whole lot of understanding without judgment or bias or prejudice, and the child will be more willing to sacrifice those private thoughts or secrets.
I know it's take time again, and the parent have to be open up ourselves. So I give an example. Sometimes I want my child to open up to me, especially my son. I will have to open up myself first. I will have to say, hey, how's your day going? Mom, day is it's not good. I was running around like chicken without head, and I have so much thing to do, and I'm so tired. But how's your day go? So I'm open up by say about my day, and then let him say about his day. Or I could say that, hey, we're gonna go back to Vietnam soon. I want you to learn a little bit about Vietnamese, and the one I teach you the Vietnamese on the way to school yesterday. Can you repeat to me if you remember what that word is? So I guess create something like that. But for the children to be able to open up to the parent, especially busy parent, who should come home and then try to put food under the table so that family can have dinner, cleaning up, and time to do homework, and then and then go to sleep. So the routine like that. And if the parent have not close or talk to their kid on a regular basis, how can you share some of the tips for the parent who take that initiative, be able to start a conversation with their children, especially their teenager kid, about difficult topic? For example, things that make maybe sensitive topic about love, relationship, or something that kids that feel uncomfortable to talk about, or even they feel offensive if we address something not with the right tone or not with the right wording, they could be offended.
Mm. And kids very early on, and sometimes well into adolescence, are already talking about philosophical topics or just having discussions like relationship or meaning of life when they talk about what they want to do. So they give us glimpses of that when they come home and they complain about a peer or a teacher or something they saw on the media that a person did. This is an opportunity right here when we can come back with what was it about what your teacher said that bothered you. Well, the kid could say, well, the teacher, I don't know, I just felt that the teacher was very disrespectful. And then you can inquire some more. Here's an opportunity to ask more questions. Like, when you say you felt like your teacher disrespected you, what do you mean? I just want to make sure that I'm clear what you meant by that. And then we can ask more questions as the child responds. So there are always opportunities. We often miss those opportunities because they seem sometimes too insignificant, especially when we're too busy. Then things are not as significant, or if they're secondary because we need to prepare dinner, we got to make sure we clean up the house. Those things become more significant. But as I said before, if you have a child, they should always be on top of the list in terms of priority, even if it's 5 minutes a day. I can imagine no parent would be able to invest 5 minutes. Okay, even if the weekdays are busy, quote unquote busy, then surely we can make time during the weekend, right? Because most parents are free. And even if we don't or can't, I can't imagine any parent not spending at least 5 minutes. Now, as I said before, we have to be the one that creates the context or the environment for which we can help our children so that it can help us help our children. So place it on ourselves to be responsible for those things. And keep in mind the child is busy too. The child is busy a lot. And perhaps to some degree, so much more busy because we have found our place in the world. We know what our job is. We know what to do. Children are still growing up seeking an identity. They're trying to figure out where they fit in the world. From my perspective, that's a much harder job than anything we would ever do.
Thank you, Dr. Tran, for your tip. And we hope that the parent will take the tip, apply it. And if you still run into situation, you know that their own way help in a way, meaning you can also call Dr. Khanh Tran, make an appointment. And for your, each family have different situations. So you can always call the number 307-655-5510 and schedule for a consultation with Dr. Tran. But follow up with this same topic with today social media and digital landscaping. In your experience, Dr. Tran, how important it is for the parent to be educated on the digital landscape and social media that their children navigating, and that's where we could help them understand why their children might have kept a secret from them.
That is a great question. It is very much important. So to keep up with media and the internet and what the children are doing. Most, if not many, if there's a really solid relationship with the parent, they're already showing us. They're going to show us their interest, whether it's creating something on their phone or iPad, to listening to the type of music, to the type of videos that they like to watch. It's okay to ask them, for instance, nowadays, what is the most popular video game that kids are playing? I would like to know. Or what are the most popular groups or artists, musicians out there that kids are listening? I like to know. Or what are the most interesting form or type of art or interest that kids? It's okay to ask questions. I think conscious parents, most of the communication style is actually in the form of a question. With my own child, that's all I do. 98 to 999% of the time when I'm engaging with her, I'm actually asking her questions. For instance, can you share with me a song every morning for the past 3 years now? Can you share with me a tune or a song that kids nowadays are listening to? I would love to learn. Ask that simple question, and every morning for the past 3 years, boop, 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 she puts it on as we're driving the car, and I'm listening very carefully. And then I come back with a response in the form of a question, which is, what is it about that song that you can relate to? She will tell me each time.
Yes, I guess nowadays kids have like so many apps out there, and not only that, they have a acronym. They have so many acronyms that I don't even know what it means, what it is. But some of the acronym is parent nearby, meaning PBNB, or something like that. That means when they text somebody, and if they know that the parent walking around or nearby in the room, they do that so the other person or the other child or their friend know that, hey, the parent nearby or the adult nearby, we shouldn't say about these stuff. And for example, us, at our age, we like Facebook. But to the Gen Z or the millennium, Facebook is for old people. They get now into WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok. Those are more exciting, more fun, and this is for the younger people. So when I asking, hey, do you have Facebook? We can connect friends. No, Facebook for old people. We only use Instagram or we only use TikTok. And I feel really old. I'm like, oh my God, I'm really old. Using Facebook. Maybe time to upgrade to TikTok and Instagram and other platforms. But the last question is, so Dr. Tran, thank you for all the tips and the advice that you gave to help the children open up to their parent. So finally, if the situation where the child has revealed a life-threatening secret, what will be the appropriate step for the parent to take to ensure their child's safety, but it's also be able to help with the situation and it gave the appropriate support and intervention?
Yes. More than ever, communication will be important, especially when you're talking about a risk or a threatening secret or situation. Encourage and continue to encourage the child to share with you. You can share. It's okay for you to share your concerns, but not by way of preaching, such as, I'm concerned, but I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. But educate them by way of questioning. What do you think would happen if you were to smoke cigarettes? What do you think what would happen if you were to engage in sexual relations so early? And it's okay, again, to consider and share your expectations to the child and say, my concern would be that if you were to engage in sexual relations with your friend or another peer, and then you can come back with, are my concerns related in any way to your concerns? That's how I would approach it.
Yeah, I think with what you said, in addition to what you said, Dr. Tran, some of the parents like afraid, like for example, if you're afraid, they talk about prevention, right? So Not like when you're sick and then you take medicine. Well, you should take medicine or take good care of your health so that you don't get sick. So one of those, we can apply the concept to parenting. Meaning, if you don't want your child make some decision that, some kid that's commit suicide, for example, then you just talk to them about it. When you religious, like sometimes I bring up to, at nighttime when we spend time with the kid, and I would read them the story on the news about kids commit suicide. And then I'm going to say, do you know, kids, they think that their life is so stressful that they should commit suicide. Maybe there's a better life out there. But in fact, if you are Buddhist, this is not the way that you think. It's actually worse than the other life that you think that will be better. Is not, because every day you have to repeat the same act. And if, let's say, your life, you don't die until you're 70, and you commit suicide when you're only 18, that means the next 52 years, every day, you repeat the same act, that you're killing yourself, and that's considered a sin. And one of the sin, kill yourself, is like you kill some other people. It's the same sin that you will not be able to rebirth and go on with life. It's not easy like you think. So by telling this in a way, kind of threatening to say this, but hopefully with the kid know that they know the consequence, that they were not going to do it. So in this case, I guess maybe one of the future, we can talk more about the topic about mental health, commit suicide and all that. But for this topic about keep the secret, and with everything that you share, Dr. Khanh Tran is very invaluable information for the parent. And I hope that, all the listeners out there watching this show, and if something that bothers you or something that you want to help how to improve your relationship with your child, help them more open up, and how to start the conversation and everything. I mean, communication is the key. Don't forget to pick up the phone and just call Dr. Khanh Tran and make the appointment at the number 307-655-5510. So Dr. Tran, is there any other tip or advice you would like to add on for this topic?
I cannot reiterate enough. Means I need to emphasize more and more. It is important, and the word you use is communicate with the child. Start by adopting their beliefs, whether you like it or not. You don't have to like what they think or how they feel or what they say. You just have to accept it. So, because it's accepting it is more than accepting what they think, what they see, or what they say. It's accepting them. And that's the important thing.
Well, thank you, Dr. Tran, for your time and for all the great tips and the guidance that you share for parents. And that's what it is for this ParenTea talk show. We want to help the parent to do a better job as parent. We want to help you build a broken relationship or enhance your relationship with your children so that it will fostering an environment of care, respect, love, and grow together. I'm Mai Lei with Asian Media Network, and thank you for watching ParenTea. Dr. Tran and I will looking forward to see you again at our next episode. And again, don't forget to subscribe and like or share our episodes so that more people will be informed, learn, and share. So thank you for watching, and we're looking forward to see you in the next talk show.